final question we ask every one of our guests, because we do record here on a college campus. You spent one semester here at Lee. It can be about that experience or other college experiences. But what is one lesson you learned in college that did not take place in the classroom?
That's a good question. I remember being at Lee, and it was a weekend, and Saturday we didn't have classes. Um, Watching college basketball, and I didn't even know people cared about college basketball because I was from New York. We didn't watch college basketball, and we're there. We're just hanging out, eating Chick-fil-A. Didn't even know what Chick-fil-A was, but shout out to the Student Union building. And we're just hanging out. We're having a good time. Probably using some ranch that we stole from the cafeteria. And I'll never forget talking to a friend there who was struggling with weight loss, and he started to not, he broke his diet in that moment. And I was getting on him, and I was getting on him more like, come on, man, you said you were going to do this. Like, let's go. And it was like, it crossed the line from being tough love to too tough. And I never forget another friend stepping in and go, hey man, before you worry about him, worry about yourself. And it was in that moment, it was just so humbling for me. It might not sound that profound, but it was so profound for me because I realized how sharp I could be with my words. And as opposed to encouraging and building up my friend, I was literally bothering him and humiliating him because there were other people there. And I wasn't like poking fun to be mean, but in my attempt to correct,
Mm.
I was hurting. And I think if there's anything that I've learned, especially as a leader and as a pastor and as a friend and as a brother, there is a fine line when it comes to correction. There is a fine line between correction and abuse. That might be too strong of a word, but you know what? When I think about that moment, my friend was embarrassed. He didn't feel like I was being his friend.
Right.
And I think that as leaders, I think that as young adults, we got to be mindful of our words, especially in a season where we have so many platforms through social media and everybody is trying to get your opinions from you. Be careful how you talk about other people. Be careful in your attempt to correct them that you don't discourage them, because there's a fine line there. And you could share your heart, you could share your feelings, but then you got to learn when to back off. And I remember that moment, not backing off, and my other friend stepping in and causing me to back off and thinking, man, I crossed the line.